Yo, I think I didn't find my husband because I think he intimidated to approach me, or he's scared to come out. Like, come out wherever you are. You don't gotta have $1 million. We don't gotta live a high life. I don't care about none of that. You don't gotta buy me Birkin bag, Chanel bag, none of that. I'm cool with a Michael Kors bag. Truly. Like, I don't care about none of that. All these girls putting stipulations on what they expect in these relationships. You don't gotta make millions of dollars, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year, just enough to financially take care of us. If you fall, don't worry, I got you. Like, I want us to be 50-50, but like, don't fall too crazy. But like, if you fall, I got you. Make enough where we can go on a trip every few years. Love on my body, know my body inside and out. Like, don't be scared to approach me. I do not need to be living a high life. I turn down the people that live a high life every day because they don't meet my love, my loyalty, none of that. I'm cool. Ain't no Birkin bag, ain't no Chanel bag gonna keep me around. The way you love me is gonna keep me around.
They say as a man you should always get a high-paying job so that you can potentially take care of a family. But you should also make sure you have enough spare time to spend with your spouse so that they don't get lonely. If you're a father, you need to be there for and support your children. But don't try to guide them or structure them or especially discipline them in any way, or you're abusive. You're expected to be masculine in order to be attractive. But you should also get in touch with your sensitive side. But not enough to cry, because that makes you look weak. Women are allowed to hit you, but you should never hit them back. If you even want the chance of having a woman, be prepared to take her out to a fancy dinner and a fancy car and get her flowers and drinks and all of that. But don't expect or ask for anything in return, because then you're pushy. Remember, you have to dote on the girl in every possible way. But in the end, it's her decision as to whether or not all of your time and energy was worth her giving you anything in return. And if she leaves you after a 6-year-long relationship, remember, she's just doing what's best for her. But if you leave her after 6 years, you're a scumbag who obviously never cared. Make sure you're intelligent, or women are going to look down on you. But women are always right, so they're going to look down on you anyway. Plus, if you're really smart, they're going to see you as arrogant. And be confident, because confidence is sexy. But don't be cocky. Sleep with too many women and you're just a man whore who's afraid of commitment. But don't sleep with enough women and you're less desirable because of your inexperience. Be independent, but do what you're told. Have high standards, but not high expectations. Accept women at their best and their worst. But change every negative aspect of yourself in order to prove your love. You're a man, you should have all the answers. But if you have all the answers, you're a narcissist.
What up, y'all? I have the reel on YouTube, but on Facebook there's no reel. So a girl is good looking. Well, to me, she's not ugly, I guess you could say that. She's not ugly, she don't have kids, she got her own money. No, everything, right? Total package, right? And she wants to know why she's single, or people want to know why she might be single, or whatever. I'm going to flip this one for a second. One of the reasons why she's probably single is because she probably thinks that the men who are older and still single have something wrong with them. I'm going to say that again. A lot of females think that if a man is older and he's still single and he got all this shit going on for himself, why is he single? Something must be wrong. Nobody wants it, whatever, right? More than likely, that's what that woman does. Because her equal would be a man who is older and preserve himself, right? And don't have kids and all that shit, right? That would be her equal, right? 9 times out of 10, she probably gonna look at that guy and say, nah, something must be wrong with him because other women don't want him, supposedly, allegedly. So I don't want him. So I'm going to deal with the guys who's fucking with a whole bunch of women because they're so much better, because they go out and try to fuck everybody and they're dealing with a lot of women. So they must be better. This is the psychological thinking of a female. A lot of women on the comment section said because she don't take bullshit. But see, when a man is single and on his shit and all this other shit, something's wrong with him, right? A man can't just be single on his shit and not take bullshit. But when it comes to a woman, it's because she don't put up with nobody's shit. The problem with the woman is she the females is they don't know how to separate, or they don't know how to put themselves in a man's shoes. Every time when they deal with a man, same thing with a man. You got to put yourself in a woman's shoes to understand the woman better. That's a gem for you right there. You have to put yourself in a female's shoes to understand why a woman would think this way. So this is exactly what I'm going to do in this video. Why does a woman think that a man who is single, no kids, all this other stuff like that, girl, why would a woman think that something's wrong with this man? Let me put myself in a woman's thinking. Number one, because she feels that you can just step outside, right? Or you can just look decent as a man and have money, and women are just going to flock to you, right? This is what the woman would think. Why? Because that's the way it is for her. That's not the way it is for a man. A man can't just look decent and have money and women are flocking all over it, because women's standards are higher. Even though a lot of women's standards are shit, and that's why they are in the position they're in. But at the same time, a woman's standards is higher because she comes across more people than a man does. Way more people, right? So the woman is going to feel, well, he don't have kids, he looks decent, he got money, this or that, something must be wrong there, because no other woman wants him. Remember, these women will literally go to their friend and ask them, should I date this guy or not? It don't matter how much they like the guy or not. It all depends on if the woman friends tell her yes or no. It's sickening, but this is what they do. This is what they do. They want approval from their friends, not from God, not from themselves, from their friends. So this is why that woman, one reason why, more than likely she don't have nobody, because she probably looks at all the men who are on her level and who ain't out here trying to sleep with a bunch of women. She probably looks at them as lame. She probably thinks there's something wrong with them, they lame. Which brings me to my other point of why she's probably single. She's a total package female. And we know a woman can just walk outside and men are all in her face. And we also know that we also know that she's come across a good guy at some point in her life, right? So it brings me to my next point of why she's probably single. Number one, we got out the way that she probably thinks that a man who's on her level at an older age, something's wrong with him because he ain't been married yet and all this, right? Here's another one why she's probably single. Because she likes guys that don't want her. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. Because she's the total package. She's a woman with a vagina, so what's stopping it? She likes guys that don't like her. All the women in the comment section, she don't put up with a man shit. Bullshit, because the more a woman likes you, the more she'll give you a chance. Now, will she continue to give you a chance ever? Nah. Not a strong woman, but she gonna let you slide with some shit the more she like you. So we know for a fact that a woman lets a man slide when she likes him. And we know for a fact that this woman has come across a guy that she likes. Right? So what's the last thing left, people? If she's the total package, women let shit slide, and she's come across a good guy at some point, what's the only thing left, people? She rejects the guy that actually wants her. She rejects the men who don't want her. And it's unfortunate because she shouldn't have to like the men that she don't want. I understand if you don't like somebody, you don't want them, right? I'm not the person to tell a woman or a man to like somebody that they don't want. But it's unfortunate that that woman, that total package woman, probably likes men who are no good. She's attracted to men who are no good. Her pussy gets wet from men who are no good. And a lot of this shit happens, man, because when a woman can have someone, you become a fan. That's why men have to learn how to balance out. Yeah, I'm going slow on this one today. That's why men have to learn how to balance out, I like you, but don't get it twisted. I can do better, or I don't need you. Or my translation, I like you, I don't want to do better than you, but I can. Because it's unfortunate, it's so unfortunate that when you like a female, and men too, that when you like them, right, you become a fan. What does that mean when you become a fan? You're beneath me. I can do better than him. And remember, there's guys in her face every day that's going to convince her that she could do it just a little bit better. Just a little bit better than this one. Now, I'm going to wait. I'm going to just keep waiting. See, they don't want to accept, or they don't understand that there's an 80-20 thing out this motherfucker. Ain't nobody perfect. You be lucky as hell if you get 95. Actually, you lucky if you get 80. You damn near living in a fantasy world if you get 95% perfect man or woman. But the thing is, when you appreciate something good, they become 100%. A woman or man becomes perfect when you appreciate them. Nobody's perfect. People become perfect because you appreciate them. And you accept them for who they are. You love their flaws and them. That's what makes people perfect. And that's why a lot of people also break up, because the more you get sick and tired of a motherfucker, the more you start to see the flaws and everything else. You don't want to deal with it no more. You know what I mean? Like a car that you got, you know, if you got a little shit going on there, here and there, you're not worried about it that much because that car's perfect. But the more you have it, the more you like, man, I'm tired of that little shit that didn't bother me, or this little shit that didn't bother me, whatever. But the point is, man, as a female, she got all that going on, whoever this girl is. I don't know. I just seen it on the reel. You know what I mean? I don't know the person personally. She might not be perfect at all. And I'm not saying she is perfect. But from her resume, it seems like she's solid as hell. So I can only come at one conclusion, man, and that's the fact that she's just attracted to the wrong type of man. And that's unfortunate, because you're not going to make a woman who can get men at the grasp of her hand pick a guy that she don't really want. She might do it once she finally get older. That girl might wait till she like almost 40 and she like, fuck it, I'll just deal with, what's the name, you know, beta male provider. This happens a lot. Once women's options run drier, and they're no longer the first draft choice, then they pick the guy they really don't want. But until then, she's gonna keep her options open, man. It's unfortunate that she don't like the right guy. You are a lucky woman, or man, as far as that. If you like the right guy or girl, you're lucky, because most people don't. And it's even worse with a female, because not only do I like the wrong guys, I have the option to deal with the ones that I like. I'm gonna say that again. That's a gem that you've never probably heard. Not only do she like the wrong type of guys, she has the option to deal with them. As a man, you might like this girl over here because she look good as hell. That girl probably don't even know you exist. You know what I mean? So therefore, nothing's going to happen unless, of course, like I always say, unless you're a celebrity like Lil Wayne or some shit. Then you become the female with the vagina. But until then, women who don't like you, they don't even see you, right? But if you're a woman with a vagina, a guy don't have to really like you to fuck with you. And that's the scary part. Because if the woman, fuck, man, I don't want to move, man. Why'd you pull up behind me when you know I wasn't moving? That was just dumb. Stupid motherfuckers, man. Damn. Go away. Motherfucker pulled up behind me for what? Anyways, man, I forget what I was saying, man. But that woman probably likes the wrong guy. Or that woman feels like since... See, the thing is with the female, she puts herself in... She doesn't put herself in the position of a man. So what she does is, well, I'm single, I'm all this and got all this going on and I'm still single. So something must be wrong with me, because, you know, men choose the woman, right? More than likely, they both choose each other. But for the most part, the man chooses the woman he approaches or whatever. So they think that applies to men. But men are the gatekeepers of relationships for the most part. Just like women are the gatekeepers of sex. That would be like me saying this girl's celibate because nobody wants to fuck her. That's bullshit, and I know it. But women do not apply that to men. They actually think, well, somebody, he's single because nobody want him. Because it kind of applies to them. It kind of applies to why they're single. But they got to put themselves in they have to put themselves in the man's position to understand the man's situation and to understand men better. Just like I would have to do when it comes to females. If we're talking about females, that's why I understand why most women think, he's still single or whatever. Nobody must not want him. But, you know what I mean? But, yeah, nobody must not want him. That's why he's single type shit. But they don't remember that man is the gatekeeper to relationships. A lot of times that man could be single because he's a player, or he could be single because of standards or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I know for sure, a woman is celibate because she chooses to be. But but if I look at it from a man's perspective, then I'm going to think, oh man, she's single because she's celibate because nobody want to fuck her. Or she can't find somebody to fuck her. Because that's from the man's perspective. You see what I'm saying? But that woman's probably struggling because she just simply likes the wrong guys, man. And as a woman, you got that option to like any person you want. I didn't say you could get any person you want, but you got the option to basically deal with any guy you want, especially if you got money and you look decent and shit. She can pretty much deal with any guy she want. But she probably likes the ones who, once they fuck and all this, I don't really want her. Or they just players, or she could be trying to get men who are on a way higher level than her. She could be trying to get Kobe Bryant and shit instead of getting a man on her level. So I forgot to throw that in there too. Her standards is probably pretty much out of this world. And the reason why that happens a lot is because you got females getting a Travis Hunter. Who's Travis Hunter? A 21-year-old football player that's about to be a millionaire that got a basic-ass female about to suck him dry for his money. So that woman looking at that like, I'm better than her. I got all this going on so I can get me a Travis Hunter. All you regular motherfuckers, you regular-ass dudes ain't good enough for me. Not only that, when a guy actually like me, I don't even want him. Because now I think I'm better than you. Or I can do better than you. It's only the ones that don't want me who make me feel insecure and make me feel like I'm not good enough. So now I feel like I gotta prove myself to him, or he's better than me. Or here's the golden nugget. He can do better than me. He can get a better woman than me. That's why he's acting that way. But when you act nice to a female, oh, he can't do better than me. That's why he's sucking up or being nice. I swear this is what most of them think. He's been nice to me because he can't do better than me. Or he just he's putting on an act of fuck. But it's mainly because you can't do better than me, huh? That's why you've been this nice to me. Nah, I don't want you. Give me the asshole that ignores me. Because he can do better than me. When really, he probably can't do better either. He just fucking everybody. He just don't care. How about that? Maybe that guy just don't care. Maybe it has nothing to do with him being able to do better than you. You can't tell them this shit, though. And it works on men, too. When a woman don't want him, he'd be trying harder and harder and shit. But the woman that would let him fucking everything, he want to treat her like shit. So it worked with men, too. Y'all got to stop doing that shit, though, man. How you going to find the right one when you think the right one is just a peasant fan and shit? It don't make sense. How the fuck you going to find the right one when you don't even want to accept, okay, they like me? I know it's hard, bro. I know it could be hard to be like, all right, she like me, but she don't. Why can't I have that or whatever? But if you look at it from a spiritual aspect, you be like, nah, I think God don't want me to have her. God is protecting me from that person. That's how I feel about it. Because how can a woman who don't want me be better than a woman that does? I don't give a fuck if she's the ugliest woman on earth and this is the best looking woman on earth. How can she be better for me? She can't. Because this woman is going to do everything for me and this one ain't. So how is she better? I might like her better out of stupidity and lust. But if you want to be with someone who's going to make you happy and shit, how? How can a woman who don't want me and want other men do better than a woman who only wants me and don't want no other man? How? Explain. And females vice versa. Explain that shit. But if you got that vagina, I guess you could just throw men away at will. So you're just going to keep it moving until you get to the person you like, you know, which you should choose someone you like. You shouldn't choose someone you don't like, but that's a gift and a curse. You know, it's a gift and a curse with that vagina. You know, a man don't have to worry about that pretty much. A woman don't like me, she probably not even going to look my way, speak, none of that. And if she do speak, she just been nice. So I'm not even going to take it as that, because I know the difference between a woman who actually like me and a woman who just been nice for the most part. That's why some men think, oh shit, she spoke to me, she's flirting, because women don't understand it from our perspective. They don't understand that if a woman speaks to you, damn, a woman spoke. It usually means that a woman does like you in most cases. Not always, but in most cases, because if they don't want nothing to do with you, or you ugly to them or whatever, they gonna keep walking because they don't want you to get the wrong impression, or they don't want to be in that situation of where they might have to reject you, or you might try to holler, I'm gonna have to reject him type shit. So a lot of women just keep walking. Don't speak or none of that. But women don't understand a man's world because they're not a man. They think we go outside, every woman on earth is trying to say we fine and handsome. Now, granted, for the most part, that does happen to me. For the most part. But not every fucking woman. Maybe a lot more than most men. It happens to me probably more than most men. You know what I mean? I will say that. But even then, I can't hold a candle to an average chick. And when I say average chick, a chick that if you put my sexual market versus hers and say I'm way up here, I still can't hold a candle to that when it comes to her options. But men have real options. Women just have like illusional options because of their vagina. The man's options is pretty much solid unless he got a whole lot of money and shit. That's when his shit becomes those vagina options. But until then, if you got a girl trying to fuck with you as a man, you pretty much got the real options. Men really have more options than females. It's just that vagina bullshit makes this shit lopsided and delusional as fuck. And that's where you get women thinking they're better than you. The more men she has trying to beat down her throat, the harder it's going to be for you to convince her to choose me or fuck with me. Unless you are absolutely what she wants. And that's usually what happens. She chooses the one who is absolutely what she wants. But the problem is he's usually a player type, or he does what the woman does. Oh, you think I'm the best. You can't do better than me. Now it's time to play the game. Now it's time to shit on you like you shit on the men. That's what happens. The one that they choose shits on them. Unless she's a woman who likes the right guy. That's why I said earlier in the video a woman is lucky as fuck if she likes the right guy, because her vagina gives her the option to deal with damn near any guy. So the only thing that has to be done after that is her liking the right guy. But usually they like the wrong one. But the vagina gives them the access to the wrong one. But as a man, you don't really have access to the wrong chicks that you shouldn't like, should I say. Because you don't have that power. You don't got no vagina. You know what I'm saying? So we're blessed in that aspect. Like the wrong bitch, she ain't gonna like me, more than likely. Unless I keep trying to press or trying to trick and all that dumb shit that men be doing out here. All that dumb shit, that's why I tell y'all, stop doing these magic tricks. You're going to attract the wrong one that you shouldn't have attracted. You're going to get exactly what you, remember what they used to say? Be careful what you wish for, because that's exactly what's going to happen to a lot of y'all men. She acting funny, she ain't interested like TLC, walk. There's no reason to deal with a woman who ain't acting like TLC around this bitch, because she doing it to some guy. She doing it to some guy, so why not me? Oh, it's not me then. So if it's not me, then you must like somebody better than me. Remember that shit as a man. If she's not acting like TLC, all that shit you hear in them songs, if she's not acting like that towards you, there's somebody else that she like better. She just settling for you right now. Or I can't have him, so I'll just settle for you. I'll just settle for you, you little beta male bitch. That's what you want? You want to be her beta male bitch, huh? Man, fuck that. Why work as a man to get all this shit Yeah, we want to be providers to a woman one day and all that. Give the world to a woman one day. But only give the world to a woman who thinks the world of you. That's it. Nobody else deserves that. Too many men out here, too many Travis Hunters out this motherfucker. And then you was on top of the world, now you broke because you invested in the wrong chick. And women on top of the world invested in the wrong guy, now they're broken. Men become broke, women become broken. Sometimes women become broken, men become broken. Or it could be both. But man, look, man. That woman probably single because she just like the wrong guys, man. There is no other explanation. Unless there could be one more. When she got all that money and looks and all that, she wants to be the man. I ain't saying she got to bow down like a fucking kid and a slave to a man, but she still got to. I'm going to go back to what Vivica said about 50 Cent. They both powerhouses. Vivica was on her shit, so was 50. She said he was the best she's ever had, but she didn't let him be a man. I'm going to say that again for all the Miss Independent. I'm better. Man, I don't know how to help y'all. Y'all don't listen. Just because you independent don't mean you a man. Let the man be a fucking man. Or why am I in your life? There's no place for me in your life. That's why a lot of men will get the girl who ain't doing all that bullshit. She ain't got all that going on, but she's still solid, and she lets me be the man, so I'm gonna choose her. And then y'all want to cry, she's broker than me and uglier than me and blah blah blah. Yeah, but you're missing one thing. The most important thing, that feminine energy towards a man. You can act like a damn NFL linebacker all you want with your girlfriends and your little girl circle, but when it comes to a man, you gotta pipe that shit down. But they don't understand it, and then they wonder why they don't get men. They just don't understand it, I guess. Or they don't want to understand it, or whatever the case may be. But I'm not touching on this shit no more. I'm about to go on my mom's for a second, but, I ain't gonna say it's all her fault, though. It could be. It more than likely, like I said, I believe the number one reason is because she likes the wrong guys. And that right there is me saying, not just putting it off all on women. Because I said wrong guy. So anybody who want to say bashing or you're blaming it all on women, I didn't do that. The women did, though. They said because she don't put up with a man's bullshit. But when it comes to a man being single, he just chooses to stay in his own lane until he finds somebody. He got to stand, something wrong with him. Nah, maybe he just don't put up with a woman's bullshit. But they ain't trying to hear that. Vivica gave y'all a good blueprint. 50 was the best man I've ever had, but I didn't let him be the man. I should have just sat back and let him be a man. She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. And he dodged the bullet. I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to say that. She's still probably a solid girl. I ain't going to say that. You know what I mean? But for real, man, she said it. She said he was the best man she's ever had. But she didn't let him be a man. You know what I mean? All these powerhouse, I'm independent. That's fine. Do all that. But let the man be the man. If you're dealing with a man, you got to let him be the man. Why are you choosing him as your man? I don't want to hear that sometimes the woman got to take the lead because the men act like they women. And why are you dealing with that man then? See, there's no excuse for a woman to be trying to overthrow and be the man in a relationship, because a woman should just choose a man that she feels qualified to be the man. Therefore, I don't have to be the man. I don't understand it. That's crystal clear. If a woman doesn't want to, if a woman chooses a man that she feels is a man and is qualified to be a man, there's absolutely no excuse on God's green earth of I don't care how much independent you are, all that bullshit. There's no excuse for you to be the man. Unless, of course, you want to be the man. So therefore, you want a beta male bitch. And you men better wake the fuck up.